Imagine going to sleep knowing you might never wake up, not because of predators, not because of enemies, but because the cold itself could quietly kill you before sunrise. This was the reality for every early human who ever closed their eyes at night. So how did our species survive? And the answer may be much older and much stranger than a simple campfire. Imagine waking up 30,000 years ago. There is no roof above you, no walls, no blanket waiting on a shelf. Just open land, a thin layer of animal hide beneath your body, and darkness pressing in from every direction. Somewhere nearby, a fire crackles, but its warmth barely reaches past a few feet. Beyond that circle of orange light, the cold is absolute, and you are about to spend 8 hours in it. This was the real problem facing every early human. Not finding food, not avoiding predators, simply staying alive until sunrise. Hypothermia could kill a healthy adult in a single night, and it did. Over and over for thousands of generations. So humans had to solve a puzzle that modern people rarely think about. How do you keep a body warm when the world itself is trying to freeze you? The first answer seems obvious: fire. But fire had a hidden flaw. It only warms what faces it. Turn your back, and the cold returns instantly. So early humans developed something clever. They built low walls of stone or packed earth behind their sleeping area, angled to reflect heat back toward their bodies. In effect, they built the first heaters, simple reflectors that trapped warmth instead of letting it drift into the night sky. But that solved only part of the mystery, because fire needed constant fuel, and someone had to stay awake to feed it. So who kept watch? And what happened when the fire eventually died down? Hours before dawn, this is where things get strange. Researchers studying ancient hearths noticed something unexpected. The fires were often small, almost too small to explain survival through freezing nights, which means something else was doing the real work of keeping people alive. The answer was each other. Early humans slept in tight clusters, bodies pressed close, sometimes an entire family or group sharing a single pile of furs. Human body heat, multiplied across several people huddled together, created a warmth that no small fire could match alone. Sleeping close wasn't just emotional bonding, it was thermal engineering built into daily survival. But that creates another mystery. Furs alone don't explain everything either. Not all furs were equal, and not all humans had access to thick winter coats from large animals. So how did smaller groups in colder regions, without access to mammoth hide, manage to survive? The real question is what they did before they had proper shelters at all, long before caves and huts. Early humans dug shallow pits into the earth. The ground itself, just below the surface, holds heat far better than open air. By sleeping in a dugout hollow lined with dry grass, leaves, or moss, humans created a natural insulating layer beneath their bodies. Cold ground draws heat away faster than cold air does. A pit lined with soft plant material solved a problem most people today never even consider. And this is where the story turns again, because plant material wasn't just insulation. It was also a trap for trapped air, and trapped air is one of the best insulators found in nature. The same principle used in modern sleeping bags and winter jackets. Layers of material that hold pockets of warm air close to the skin. Early humans stumbled onto this principle using nothing but dried grass and animal fur, probably through trial, error, and countless freezing nights that taught brutal lessons. But survival required more than insulation. It required timing. Groups likely rotated who tended the fire through the night, taking turns waking to add fuel, while others slept curled together for warmth. A silent, unspoken system, repeated for tens of thousands of years, long before anyone wrote down a single word about it. Every time you pull a blanket over your shoulders tonight, you are repeating an ancient solution. Every time you cuddle closer to someone on a cold night, you are echoing a survival strategy older than agriculture, older than cities, older than written history itself. The instinct to seek warmth from another person's body is not romantic invention. It is ancient programming, written into us by nights that could have ended everything. The technology has changed completely. Down jackets replaced animal fur. Central heating replaced open fires. Mattresses replaced pits dug into the earth. But the underlying need has not changed at all. Humans are still the same fragile, warm-blooded creatures who once had to outsmart winter simply to see another sunrise. The struggle to stay warm shaped where humans lived, how they slept, and even who they slept beside. It shaped bonds between people long before anyone understood why closeness felt so necessary. The warmth we take for granted today was once the difference between life and death. And somewhere, deep in that instinct to curl up under blankets on a cold night, an ancient memory still lingers. A memory of fire, fur, and the quiet warmth of another human body, keeping the cold of an ancient world at bay.